I had the privilege of meeting Mariah at Winter Circle, and she is amazing. You'll have an awesome leader. And I started with this business back in February of last year. Um, I had done the business once before, and I had some life events happened, and it just was not the right time. And I just felt like the Lord was telling me, like, this is not the right time. Like, this is just not right. So I did not finish it. I actually just quit, canceled my e-suite, canceled everything. And that was back in 2011 and 2012. And then I signed back up last February. And because my why is because I wanted more for my family. I was sick of having to ask my husband for money to do stuff. I was sick of robbing Peter to pay Paul, living paycheck to paycheck. And I was ready to make some big moves in my life and in my family's life. And so I joined. I went Ruby in a month, Emerald in 2 months, then double promoted that same month to Diamond. The next month I was double, and 2 months later I was triple. So I went triple in 5 months. I love this business. I love this company. I love what it stands for. Because of it works, we have paid off over $45,000 worth of debt, credit card, and most of it was medical debt. And then we have been able to make an awesome backyard at our home with a pool and a spa. I bought my husband a new truck, and we paid cash. I mean, it's just endless, the things I could tell you. We pay cash for everything. This business has just been such a blessing to us.
I love that so much. And I love how perfect the timing is. And you jumped into the beginning and it wasn't where it needed to be. But then when you got back started, it aligned perfectly and you just launched to triple. I know that's a really quick journey. And that's just so freaking amazing. So why don't we talk a little bit? Do you work predominantly on Facebook or on Instagram?
I do a little bit of both. Most of my action comes off of Facebook. I do work Instagram. I have some distributors and customers off Instagram, but 75 to 80% of my work comes from Facebook.
Perfect. I love it. Versatility. Got to work what's working. So let's talk a little bit about customers. So what are you doing? Clearly, if you go triple diamond in 5 months, you signed a lot of customers. You had a lot of traction there. So how are you attracting those? What kind of does your daily systems look like when it comes for bringing in those customers?
I post every 2 hours. I post interaction posts. I post about my family. I post about products. And then I keep my page very full, and I do not only have It Works on my page. My page is full of working out, products, results. It has a little bit of everything, so I don't look spammy. So number one, attraction marketing. I'm attracting people to my page. I'm constantly posting uplifting posts, Bible verses, pictures of my kids, things we're doing, places we're going, stuff about me and my husband. We had marital issues, and I'm very open about that. Like, I talk about that. I've got people messaging me about that. So I am reaching people through many more avenues than just Host to Post. However, Host to Post is my jam. So I love me some Host to Post. So I message anyone who sees my story, anyone who likes my product post, and I message, of course, anyone who comments, and then I get up about 15 Host to Post a day.
I love that. What Host to Post are you using? Are you got like a generic thing going? Are you slinging dummies?
Well, I personally do not do giveaway Host to Post. I do a raffle giveaway post on my wall. And then I work down my friends list. I'm cold messaging them to Host to Post. And that's just how I do it. And I have great luck with that. I send out a batch of 35 in the morning. I send out a batch of 35 at night. And then I work my giveaway posts. And every day I get up at least 15, if not 20. I use the gummies, the wraps, the coffee, the hair, skin, and nails, and ThermoFat.
I love that. And so you're not doing giveaway Host to Post. I want to dig in that a little bit because I know that's something I like to push our team. We do a lot of Host to Post, but we do utilize that. So do you think more than just your 70 messages and how often do you post on your page about the giveaway? Let's start there.
I do a giveaway post every 4 or so days. Yeah, okay, I can put my Host to Post in. No, But
Yeah.
I'm constantly at 5,000 friends, constantly. So I'm constantly deleting and re-adding. And anyone, I will tell you this, every time I sign a customer, they get a thank you and a host to post ask. So not only am I having my cold messages host to post and my giveaway people host to post, I'm having new customers host to post for me.
I love that. That's awesome. And so just between that giveaway post up, every 4 or 5 days and then your 70 messages, you're getting 15.
Yeah.
That's
And
amazing,
my
guys.
giveaway posts blow up. I get 300 to 400 comments on them.
And it's probably because you're doing a lot of interacting and all the
Yes, I interact for 20 minutes 3 times a day.
I love that. That's so organic. I don't know. That was just awesome for me. I know our team does a lot of different avenues, but never something just so easy and organic. I love
So I
that.
will tell you that I keep a tally mark.
Mhm.
I never interact with less than 40 people. I keep a tally mark of 5 tallies. And until I have 40, I don't stop. And if the 20-minute timer isn't off and I have the time, I finish the 20 minutes.
I love that. That's so awesome. I think we love to underplay, at least I know I do with my business, the power of interaction, because it's easy to think that it's not like a super income producing activity, because if I'm telling some girl her shirt's cute, I'm not getting paid right away. But it really matters so much when you're taking the time to build those relationships instead of just throwing a post out there. It gets so much more traction. Like, I love that you're doing that. So
Yeah.
what does your day-to-day look like? What are your daily non-negotiables? And then how are you continuing those through the summer when I know there's vacations, there's poolside time with the kiddos? Like, how are we continuing that through?
So I do want to touch on this real quick because you said it about the interaction. Guys, we are in the business of building relationships. This business is all about building relationships. If you're not telling everyone on your friends list happy birthday every day, you should be doing that. If you are not interacting with every person at least, every little bit, then you've got to change that. I literally interact at different times of the day to catch different people. And every day I interact with different people because different people are on at different times. I'm telling you, if you will consistently do this, you will consistently build new relationships. And this business is about building relationships. If you're building a relationship with someone, they're more apt to reach out to you when they want to try the products. They have questions about the business. Their mom has a question, or they just want to know more about what you do. Maybe they don't join. Maybe they're not a loyal customer, but maybe they know somebody who will be. And this happens to me all the time. People buy from you. People sign up with you. They do not sign up with a business. They sign up with you. They want a relationship with you. So I just want to hit on that really quick. So you asked me about my daily schedule. I get up every morning. I live in the central time zone. During school years, it's 6 a.m. It's summer. I allow myself to sleep till 7. I get up, I have my devotional, I have my quiet time, and then I do dishes and laundry before the kids get up for 30 minutes. And I listen to my self-development while I'm doing that. And then I start working at 8 o'clock. So 30 minutes on devotional, 30 minutes on like housework and self-development. And I listen to my self-development because personally, that's how I absorb it better. I cannot sit down with a book. I swear this business has caused me to have ADD. I literally cannot sit down with a book. I've got to be up doing something. And so I listen and I absorb it better that way. So then after that, I send out my birthdays and I send my first batch of post to post asks. I jump on our 8:30 power hour every day. I get an hour worth of work done. I have all my team on there with me that can be on. And if not, they're on the 6:30 one. And then after that, I'm really focused on host to post, asking people to join my team. I ask no less than 20 people a day. I go down my friends list. If I'm not getting any replies back saying, sure, I would love more information on joining your team, I obviously need to revamp my friends list. But I will tell you that I'm constantly doing that. So I am constantly getting people who are wanting more information. And I will tell you that they may not join today and they may not join tomorrow. They may not join in a month. But in 6 months to a year, a lot can change and they may join then. So do not get discouraged. There are some tasks in this business that are emotional and there are some tasks that are mechanical. Sending messages is mechanical. You have to just copy, paste, and send. You cannot get in your head and you cannot cause yourself to overthink these things, because then you're going to get in the way of your success.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. That's so true too. There's things that are mechanical, there's things that you just do it, and there's the things that are emotional. And when you cross those two wires, that's where we always get stuck. Oh my gosh, that's so good. So let's bring it back to your friends list a little bit. So I feel like you really work your business revolving around your friends list, and that's just such an easy way to do it, because if you're just working down it, you're engaging, you're talking to different people. I love that. It makes it a very central focus. How are you being so sure that you are revamping it? Because you said you're at 5,000 all the time. So how many do you delete a day? How do you go about that?
It
Like,
just
how are we keeping
depends. I mean, like I'm old school. So when I am asking people to join my team, I scroll down my friends list. Well, guys, right now I'm in the very bottom of the S's. So it takes a while to scroll, right? Especially when you're at 5,000 friends. So anyone with the gray circle, they don't actually have a picture. They are not active. They have to go. There's some people that have two accounts. They've got to go. There's some people I see, I'm like, I have not talked to them in a year. I look back at our messages. I think, are they interested in the products? Have they tried the products? No, they've got to go. I don't put a lot of thought into it. I'm constantly switching over. If they're interested in my products, they're going to find me. If they're meant to be a customer, they're going to find me. I'm not going to put so much thought into it that I'm going to freak myself out. So, I have had people that I delete and they're like, hey, you deleted me. Oh, okay. Well, I'll re-add you. I didn't know you were actually following me. You never comment on anything. And I'll tell them that. And then by golly, they start commenting on stuff and I start getting that boost on my posts and then they become a customer. But I don't really overthink it. And also I'm constantly adding people from host to post. So also when I'm messaging down my friends list, I look at our messages. Have I asked them to host a post? Have I asked them to join the business? Have I asked them to be a loyal customer? If I have, and they haven't done any of them, they've got to go, because it's not benefiting me for any reason to be friends with them. Unless they're family or a close friend, they got to go. Take the emotion out of it.
So good. I love that. We are powering through these questions. I was a little nervous when we've got to cut it short, but like, your answers are so to the point and like so like packed. I'm loving it. So let's talk a little bit about distributors. Let's keep rocking through this. So I'm assuming that you probably are messaging for distributors and all of that revolves around your friends list as well.
I do that. Yes. I also am constantly just loyal customers that have great results. They always get a distributor ask. Anyone who hosts a post for me, after they host a post, they get an ask. About 24 hours after they make the post, they get an ask. Okay. And then I'm going down my friends list. I'm also asking friends of mine and family members who are not on Facebook. And when they tell me no, or they'll think about it, they're constantly getting followed up with. I'm a following up machine. I'm going to follow up with you until you either block me or you give me a hard no, because until you give me a hard no, I don't know that you're not interested because you didn't tell me you weren't. So, and that's another thing. I have a girl that joined my team and she's like, I'm in pharmaceutical sales. And she was like, I've never seen the follow-up game like y'all's business. She was like, you followed up with me so much. I was like, I'm going to sign with this girl just because she was so diligent with her business. She obviously knows what she's doing. And I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but guys, following up is huge. Like, do not let people slip through the cracks. I mean, seriously, like following up with potential distributors is huge because like I said, you never know. In a month, in 3 months, in 6 months, their whole life could change. You know? I mean, really, like people lose jobs, people have medical things that happen, they go through divorces. Like everybody needs extra money at different times.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. And let's talk a little bit about your follow-ups. Do you have a system for this, or do you just kind of keep it with your friends list, or how does that work for you?
So I follow up with anybody I talked to the day before. If our conversation ended and I want to start it back up, I send my follow-up message. I use the same follow-up message for everybody, for distributors, customers, anything. It's the same follow-up message It says, hey girl, I'm so sorry that I cut our conversation short. I just wanted to touch base with you again. Were you able to review the last bit of information I sent? So it gives me the blame, but it puts the ball in their court, and I'm able to start that conversation up again by not begging. I don't like the messages where you're like, hey, did you read what I sent? I feel like I'm begging people. And one thing that stuck with me is I had a conversation with Cammie at the first Winter Circle, and she was like, yeah, people want this business. People want these products. And once you change your mind to that, your business will change. And it's so true. Once I really told myself, people need these products, people need this business, I'm giving them an opportunity of a lifetime, my whole mindset changed. And I think that that's where that's how I'm able to take the emotion out, because I know what we have. I know what I've got sitting in my hand, and I want everybody to be able to have it.
Yes, because then it becomes so fundamental. It's either they're
Yeah.
going to say yes or they're going to say no, but it doesn't affect me in either way because I know what I have my hands on. It takes you from that place of lack to abundance in your work. I love it. So you've had crazy fast success. You're out there killing it. How are you taking that and what you're doing and then duplicating it within your team so that they're also rising up?
I'm in conversation every day. I have my group of babies. I have my Rush to Ruby group. I've got my Emerald group. I've got my Diamond group. And then I have my Top Leader group. And I'm constantly in conversation. I've got my lists that I go through every day. I've got my chats that I'm in every day. I am loud. I am proud. We have constantly got contests going. We've constantly just got, we're just all loud. And I've taught my team to be loud. And anything that's working, we share it. Like, we're loud about what's working. This hosted post blew up for me. Everybody do it, And so that way I'm able to show them what's working, and then they will do it. Then to duplicate what I'm doing, I go one-on-one with people and step by step teach them. I will do it through FaceTime or I will do it through Zoom, but I am teaching them exactly what I'm doing so that they can do it too. And I'm taking the time. And I will tell you, I've not always been good at that. In the beginning, I went all the way to Double Diamond, me and another girl doing all the work. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I had watched my upline, Sherry Lynn Alcala. I'd watched her for 2.5 years. I had watched all the work she was doing. I knew pretty much the post to do. I just needed the material. And I came out of the gate sprinting. So I pretty much feel like I went to Double Diamond, just me and my sister-in-law working. Now, it is not like that anymore. And I quickly learned that that's not how you build this business. It's not the smart way to build this business. So I changed, and I literally take out chunks every day, and I use teaching hours, and I have time, and I'm like, hey, who wants a coaching call, or who has time to talk, or who has a question? And some days there's not any, but most days there are. And I get one-on-one with them. We talk, I screen share, I teach them. And I think that's the biggest thing, is taking the time out and wanting others to be as successful as you're being.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And I love that you're prioritizing taking time. I know it's sometimes the hustle and bustle and the follow-up of getting them in, and we don't always continue that same level of urgency once they're here. And I think that's so key, is remembering you pursued them to this point. Now is your job to take care of them and taking the time to do so. It's so crucial. So how are you? So you're doing these one-on-ones, you're constantly super loud in your chats and all of that. Is that all you're doing really to keep the energy up, or how are you keeping your team focused, energized, and excited for summer?
I mean, girl, we're just super loud, and I am constantly talking to my team about, like, what all we're doing and what we're not doing. And I mean, we're constantly in conversation. My team chat and my team page, we're constantly talking. I've got leaders every day. I have somebody go live. I mean, we're just loud. We're sharing. I mean, I think that it's so, so, so important to be loud and not to be obnoxious, but to share what's working for you. And it doesn't matter if you're a distributor or if you're a Double Diamond. I want you to share. And I just think it's so important to just constantly have that momentum moving, constantly have that team atmosphere where it doesn't matter who you are, you can share. And so that's how our team is.
How have you developed that culture? Because I know it probably didn't start, especially if it's just you and your sister-in-law at the beginning. How did you go from just you two hustling your booties off to creating a culture where everyone's rising up with the same energy and stepping up like that?
I mean, it's one day at a time. It's being loud, and it takes you. It starts with you. You do it, and then you teach others to do it. And then you say, hey, that's awesome. You should mention that in the team chat. Or, hey, you should go to the team page and make a video about what you just did. That's awesome. And you just got to encourage people and empower them and let them know that people want to hear from them. People want to know what's working. People want to be successful. If you don't share it, how are they going to know? You know?
I love that. You just got to call out the good in the people and help them rise up. It's one of the best things
Yes.
about leadership is being able to see those things and call it out. I love it. So the last question I had for you, we've been powering through these guys. Don't worry, I will
I
have
know.
the
I can't
recording
believe
up.
we're going this fast. But I mean, I just did a Zoom like this, and I literally have the same answers for everybody. Like, I'm just really honest about what I do. So I guess that's why it's fast.
And I love it. It's so straight to the point, and it comes with like, it's a punch, like a power punch. Like, I love it. So if you had to go back in time and you had to go to the day you joined and that beginning start, what would you tell yourself knowing what you've been through up to this point? Like, what would you go back, advice you would give yourself when you got started, or maybe something you would have done different?
The 2 C's: confidence and consistency. Always stay confident in the product that you're selling and in the business that you work with, and always stay consistent. Guys, if you will be consistent in this business, there's no reason that you cannot be successful. I'm telling you, um, seriously, like, consistency is the number one key, and then confidence in what you have your hands on. Confidence in this business. Last fall, I went triple so fast. I was like on this high, and then last fall I dropped to double, and I was like devastated because I'm so red and I'm so competitive. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I just realized, like, I've been so consistent, and that got me here. And I quit being consistent, and that's why I fell. And then I started being consistent again, and boom, it came back. And I mean, we are running, my team is running to press. So it's just, I really feel like if I could tell myself to stay confident and to stay consistent, no matter what time of year it is, no matter how I feel, no matter how I wake up, because a lot of times we let emotions get in the way. And that's the thing. In this business, there is no emotion. You do the work, you're successful. If you let your emotions get in the way, it's going to mess you up. So if I could tell myself anything, it would be to stay confident and to be consistent always.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. Guys, drop a 1 in the chat if you've loved this. It's been super quick, super jam-packed, but it was so much goodness. Thank you so much for taking your time and hanging out with us, Dom.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, yes. Do you have any last thoughts or last tips you want to leave us with?
I do want to tell y'all this. There are big things coming, and I have followed this business since 2008. Okay. I followed a person that's been in this business since 2008, and I'm still friends with them, and they're mad at me that I didn't join them when I rejoined, but they are not anywhere close to the girl that I joined. And I just felt like God pulling me to her. But let me tell you, this fall is going to be the biggest fall ever in the history of It Works. So guys, be ready. Like, set yourself up for success. Sow your seeds now where you can reap them in the fall, because you're gonna want to reap them. I'm telling you, there's a new product coming, and then there's another product after that. And then there's things that are going to be announced at the conference that are going to be amazing. And I'm just telling you to sow the seed. Make sure you're planting and sowing the seed where you can reap it later.
I love it. Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much again. We appreciate you taking the time and hanging out with us. Keep on rocking. I know we're all going to be watching your journey to Prez and rooting you on. And thank you everybody who hopped on tonight. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Bye.